Does race exist? That's a good question, because what automatically comes to my mind, and I'm sure some other people feel this way too, is that yes, of course, race exists. I mean, you have people who are different colors, and you have people who are from different places, but the more I started thinking about it, the more I thought, I don't know, maybe I need to look this up. Is there something I'm missing? Because I am just so used to, those little questionnaires they ask you, like, fill in your, or check your ethnicity, and you're like Caucasian, white, whatever, or, African American, blah, blah, blah. And you're just so used to that in society, so it would seem like a strange question to ask, does race exist? But I Googled it, and I Googled those exact words, and I ran across some really interesting, like, scientific articles and stuff where it says that scientists have not found a race gene. They haven't really, they've studied the human genome, and so far they can't find anything that really points to what a person's color is, or their race is going to be, except for the amount of melanin or something in their genetic makeup. Other than that, they can't really say, oh, this makes a African American this, and this makes, Caucasian this. They haven't been able to find that. So, from a scientific standpoint, I guess, from what I've read, I haven't read it all, I don't know all the scientific theories on this, but from what I've read, no, race does not exist. And that's interesting. I'm going to leave my opinion on that open, because, I don't know. We're all human. And we, according, to science, we've all originated from Africa. We were all Africans at one point. And we just kind of split apart, and depending on the climate we were living in, we would evolve to adapt to it. Which is cool. It was really cool to me. So maybe there is no race. Maybe that's just like a social rule. I have no idea. I think freedom is the one thing we all humans crave. We desire, we need freedom. We need to not be like animals in a cage. Even animals shouldn't be in a cage, in my opinion, but that's a different story. We deserve freedom. Unless, there's only one exception to this, unless you were somebody who is killing, raping, causing serious harm to other people, and you're a detriment to society, and when that happens, your freedom is supposed to be suspended. I don't know for how long or what, but, I mean, to me, a prisoner is not free. I mean, he's in prison. He's not free. But there's a reason for that. But we shouldn't ever, ever, ever make innocent people suffer and not have their basic freedom. If I could choose anything to be the number one right, that would be the number one right for me. You have your freedom, unless you abuse it terribly and you do terrible things to other people, then it's taken away. But if you're innocent and you're fine, like the Japanese Americans.
At the computer, get on the internet, go to Wikipedia. When you get to Wikipedia, in the search field for Wikipedia, I want you to type in Japanese Americans 1942, and you'll find out all about your precious fucking rights, okay?
Anything thought of good that you hate? Well, let me think. Because I just wrote down the question. I don't have an answer or anything. I guess religion. You hear a lot of people, especially around here, if they say, well, John is a God-fearing man, or Sally goes to church, she's a good Christian woman, people automatically associate that with a good thing. They think, oh, they go to church every Sunday, they must be wonderful people. But in fact, it can be the total opposite. I mean, I'm not saying that religion has always been bad, because they have done good things. I mean, there's no denying that. They've done good things, but they've done a whole bunch of bad stuff too. And the fact that people are so eager to just see the good that religion has done kind of worries me a bit. So that's something I guess people consider good that I kind of think is bad. There might be something else that I'm just forgetting. I just don't know. But that's all I got for now, for that. Okay. How certain are we of anything? I don't think we can be 100% certain on any of the big, like, philosophical questions, like, where have we come from, where will we go, things like that. I don't really know if we can be 100% certain about anything. I don't know if you've ever played the Sims game, but you know, you control people kind of like us and stuff, and they do daily things that we do. They sleep, they eat, they go to work. I mean, it's just a game, but some people think we are living in that sort of environment. We are not. We don't have free will. People think that, not a lot of people, but some people think that we are just like the Sims characters and we are being controlled by some, I don't know, some other entity or entities. I mean, and it could be true. I mean, I don't feel like it's true, but there's always that possibility that something mind-blowing is going on. We could be in an alternate universe, alternate dimension, reality, whatever you want to call it. Could be happening right now. I'm not going to say that I'm 100% certain that that's not happening, because it could be. So, what would my ideal society be? That's a hard one, because I don't really know what I would do to change the world, I guess. I am kind of not, I would not want that sort of power, I guess. But if I could, I would change some things for the better as best as I could. I don't know. I'd liberalize the whole world or something. I don't know what I would do, but that's a tough question, and it's one to ponder. So, is there anything you consider overvalued by people? I guess money. I think sometimes people who are willing to kill just for money, who are willing to do terrible things for money, they're putting a value on money that's worth more than a human life, and in me that kind of pisses me off. I'm sure there's other little things I can't remember right now, but once you start putting money ahead of people's lives or caring about them, then that's bad. I recently heard a story about how these kids kept getting sent to prison. These juvenile kids were sent to prison or juvie or whatever, this little private jail thing, and the judge would get paid per child he would put in jail, because it was a private company and they had to make money somehow. And the way they were making money was by getting kids to go to the jail, and so the judge would be corrupt and he would say, oh, you drove your mother's car, you're going to jail for 5 years, you smoked pot, you're going to jail for 7 years. I mean, something crazy like that, and it went by unnoticed for a while. I mean, people are getting away with this stuff. It's crazy. So to me, that's something people overvalue. Money, big problem. Not really sure what else, but I'm sure, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else. You asked an interesting question. Is human life worth more than that of plants or animals? And, obviously I think that our lives are worth more than plants. Why? Because I don't think plants have a consciousness, really. I don't think plants are intelligent, in our terms of intelligence, and I don't think they can feel pain. From a neurological standpoint, I don't think they feel pain. I haven't seen any studies that said plants are screaming out in agony every time you walk on the grass or something, so I do place a higher value on human life than plant life. But that's not saying that plant life isn't important. If we didn't have plants, we would all die. So, plants are very important, but as far as, emotions and no, plants are plants, But we need them. I mean, so plants are awesome. You said animals. Do I think animals' lives are worth the same or more or less than humans? Well, we are essentially animals, so... But I get what you're saying. This is going to probably sound bad, but I think the more intelligent an animal is, the less likely we are to feel like we should eat it or kill it. We know that, I don't know if that's true or not, because, whales have been proven to be very intelligent, and still, Japanese and stuff, they kill them routinely just to eat it. But I think we are we're more inclined to kill a chicken than a dog or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because not of their intelligence, maybe it's because they, can show love to us. For purely selfish reasons, we love cats or dogs because they love us back. So, in a way, I think the animals that are able to love us back are kind of more important, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. You asked me some sort of fun questions, like my favorite number, my favorite food, and favorite color. And I can tell you my favorite color is blue. Like this blue. My favorite food? There's so many. I mean, I just love food. I particularly like strawberries. I've always liked strawberries. I've always liked pickles. I've always liked Italian food too, like spaghetti and stuff like that. So it's awesome. Making me hungry. Okay, and my favorite number is 23. I have no idea why 23 is my favorite number, but I like 23. Okay, hopefully I answered some of your questions, and I will try to get on answering other questions too, because you had some really good ones in there. Keep sending them, keep going on. I love what you're doing, and I love answering, so sweet.